Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name's Blades, and today we're going to set up our programming environment. So, first things first, the only thing that isn't obvious is this here, this thing on GitHub. GitHub, nothing's STB. This is the thing you need to download. Here it is. stb image.h. There you go. Image, version number, whatever. Download that. It should work. And there's other bits and pieces here on it. Here we go. Image loading, decoding from file, memory, JPEGs, well, we'll be using PNG, I think. Yeah, we'll be using PNG. It's the easiest one to deal with. But that's the only extra, except for the glue and the GFW. For those of you on Windows, you will have to download those. For those of you on Linux, check your distro, make sure you've got it installed. So GLFW is at glfw.org. Let's have a look. Glue is at glue.io. And this is going to come as a surprise. The only other thing I'm going to use is Qt at qt.io. This thing here, software development made smarter. It's free software. You can actually develop inside it and do whatever you want, but I can't, because I can't afford a license at the end of the day to be able to publish anything. So I can't use that. I'm going to use something which is going to surprise a lot of people, and that is going to be Visual Studio Code. Of all things, yes, Microsoft. I'm on Linux. I'm going to use Microsoft. Okay. What is Visual Studio Code? It's a text editor. It's free. And as far as the licensing goes, I don't really care, it's Microsoft. So this is Visual Studio Code. I got my copy off the, let's see, Arch users repository. I'm using Manjaro Linux. So it's not a standard part of this Linux system, but I believe it is on Ubuntu, things like that, the most popular ones. But Manjaro is, for me, a better system, especially with this KDE thing. It's pretty nice. It means I can have things everywhere, like a clock on my other screen. Yes, very useful. What does Visual Studio Code? What's the advantages of it? None. Nothing. It's nowhere near as good. I mean, to be quite honest with you, I really prefer to use Qt Creator, but I can't. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to use a bit of Qt Creator. And the bit I'm going to use is QMake, as this is going to simplify compiling all the C++. So if I download, as I have done obviously, or installed Qt Creator, you can use this as your text editor. You can edit, open documents and stuff like that. It's got a fantastic examples, examples galore. It's got a fantastic help system. Can't go far wrong with that. I'm going to be using QMake, which is, there you go, configuring QMake. There we go. We can set properties and all of this, and it basically allows us to control our compiler, as you're going to see, in a very, very easy way. I like it. I like it because it's simple, and so am I. So there you go. Let's go to projects again. New project. We'll have a Qt console. Untitled. We'll call it test. There you go. Test. YouTube. Yep. Set as default. Yes. Put it wherever you like. QMake. Yes, please. Desktop. Don't care. I'm not going to be using it. Oh, that's an interesting error. I do care about this though. I don't want it there. So it's going to be test. I'm going to use exec. Yeah, use exec. There we go. So it gives me a warning that this is not good. I don't care, because I'm not going to be using Qt itself. So paste this in. Here. There we go. And next, Git. I have Git installed. Again, on Windows you have to download it. If you're using Visual Studio, you can use the internal Git system there. That's actually pretty good. So I get git ignore test and a main. So let's see that in action. There you go. It's already made it. There's your Qt setup for a test program. We can run it. Really interesting test program. There you go. Creates a window. Very, very nice. That's not what I'm interested in. But here, this I am interested in. But we'll come back to that. We'll be altering that. It's a beautiful system. You put your sources in your headers and everything in here. So that's perfectly okay. Now I just asked this to do this in home. YouTube. Interesting. Where's it actually gone to then? I've got home YouTube opened. Hello. Yes, you're there. Why aren't you showing? Oh, bless. Bless. Just make sure it's going through to the right place. YouTube, I want you. Okay. I don't know. No idea. Don't care. So yeah, Test Pro. Definitely what we need. This is going to create everything that we need. And before we actually get into all of the code itself, we are going to need two programs. The first is this, the test. This is basically going to be our testing program to test what we write in C++. And the other thing that we're going to need is a library. So here's a library, C++ library. Yeah, we'll have one of those, please. I'm going to actually write one. I'm going to call it Amber Sky, so I'm going to call it Amber. Oops. Amber. It's going to be a static library. Anything else I need to say about it? No, that's okay. It's going to home Fraser YouTube, use as default location. Lovely. That's better. Make sure that that says statically linked. Basically what that means is statically linked libraries are consumed by your main program, which in our case is test. So it bundles everything together and then compiles, rather than having one of those weird files like a .dll or a .lib or whatever just lying around that you have to transport with your program. The reason I'm doing that is it's good for testing. It's a better way for testing. I mean, if you were going to sell a product, you probably change that over to a DLL, a dynamic linked library, because if you do updates later on down the line, you can just update the library rather than your main program. So yeah, there are things to think about there. Here we go, desktop, manage, no, that's okay, sorry. Desktop details, oh, same thing. We will want Amber SL/exec. I just use exec because It sounds okay to me. There we go, just copy that over. Nothing difficult in any of this. It's just basically going through and just setting everything up. So, it's now going to ask me to select which modules I want. I don't actually want any of them. So I'm just going to leave that alone. No. Next. Class name Amber SL. Header file, source file. Yeah, that sounds good. I'll take whatever you give me. Add it to the Git. Yes. And finish. There we go. We now have test and Amber SL. And we have to build Amber SL. There we go. So that's now been plonked in our exec area. Let's just check what we've actually made. There we go. That's what we're after. Lib ambersl.a for me. For Windows, I can't remember what it calls it. I just think it calls it a lib. It'll probably be .lib. Doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter. So that's that. I do want something else in here, don't I? I'm going to need source folder. So I'll create a new folder. Call it src for source. And that's finished. Whilst I'm here, may as well do it in test as well. Going to hold all our source code in case we need any. I don't think we're going to need it in here, to be quite honest with you. But I'm going to put it in anyway. It's habits. Yes, we're getting to some bad habits. So we have our source. Perfect. This is the clever bit. What we are going to do is we are going to ask our test to use our static library. So test, right click, add library. Yeah, looks good. External. No external. Next. Library path. Browse. It's YouTube SL. There it is. That letter A or lib or whatever. The include path will be source, because that's where we're going to be writing our bits and pieces. I'll pop that into source. Linkage. I'm gonna leave those on. Linkage static. Yeah, that's right. Static library. Library framework. No, it's not. No, I'm not. So that's all clicked OK. There we go, and it's going to add all of this to our .profile, which means that Unix, Windows 32, libs, all there, include, depends, it does it all for us, and we don't really need to bother about it again. It'll pick up our library, and whatever we write in our library will be made available to test. Cute. And that's why it's called Qt. There we go, we'll just save that out. Anything I want to change whilst I'm in here? Minus the app bundle, yeah, minus Qt GUI. I don't really want core either. Thank you, we'll save that out. That gets rid of all the Qt stuff and just leaves us with the profile. .profile, should I say. Lovely, that's everything set up there. Very easy, very straightforward. It looks complicated, but it isn't, because it's just clicks and letting the system do its job. How hard can that be? So, I can close this file. Save all, just in case I've forgotten something. Close, and here we are. we can now open a folder, I suppose. File. Open folder. YouTube. There we go. Amber SL, Amber Test, all here. You'll find that we've got our .pro. Pro user. No. Delete. Move to trash. Don't want you. Amber SL, Amber CPP. I'm going to leave them there, otherwise it's going to have nothing to compile if I compile it. In here, there's your library. Lovely. That's all Amber SL sorted, but that's what we're going to be programming in. Test will have a main, which we need. This is the start of our program. Of course, we've now got queries up saying, oh, we don't have that anymore. There you go. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. It's an int. There we go. Get rid of that. Put it to 0. That means it's legal. And there you have it. Look at that. The whole project set up. No, it isn't. But you've got the basics. There you go. We can now program. Not. What's this here? Configure your IntelliSense. Oh God, IntelliSense. Oh, I've added it, haven't I? Yes, I have. I've added it. This here is Visual Studio Code's way of getting extensions. And of course, I've added C++. Oh, I'm so clever, aren't I? It already includes Git, so I'm happy with that. As you can see down the bottom, we're on master. Create new branch. I think we'll be doing that. What I'm going to do first, though, is save all of these out to my, well, update my Git, as it were. So, and these can all go into stage changes, plus, add everything. Let's see what I don't want to add. Make files, yeah, we can add those. O files, no. Make stash, no. I doubt I'm going to be keeping these two. But for completeness, I'm going to keep them in. They don't do anything, there's nothing inside them. Test.pro, keep minus test exe, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's looking good. We don't need that a lot. We should really put .o to the git ignore. It really should be on the ignore list. So, that is initial setup. Complete. I don't want to add anything else at this stage. There we go. Commit it. And it's telling me that YouTube get published changes. Publish? Interesting idea. Click it and see what happens. Okay. Looks as though everything's okay. That's me Git updated. What I'm not going to do is carry on writing to the master branch. That's just stupid. So let's just click on there, create new branch. Branch name, dev, develop 1. There we go. That'll change me down to develop 1. And I can now develop and save out to there until I'm happy, and I'll amalgamate it with main some other time. So configure that. Don't show again. I'm not going to configure it. I don't trust IntelliSense at all. Microsoft IntelliSense, I trust it about as far as I can throw it, which is obviously nowhere. There we go. Does main work? Well, no, it doesn't do anything. So let's make it do something. we can include. Let's see, IOStream. I've never written this before, so this is going to be interesting. There we go, we'll include that. And we will std stand library console out. I think that works. This is test. There we go. And standard library, we'll put an end line in. I think that's only fair. And there we go. C++ program. Squiggly lines. Squiggly lines. There we go. Now, as I said, this is a text editor, not a compiler. So this is where the fun starts. Let's see how that's going to be enjoyable. I'm going to need some information, I think, for this. All the information for this is online at the Visual Studio Code Getting Started area. It's, again, I wouldn't say it's obvious, but it's easy-ish. Easy-ish, that's a bad way of putting it. It's pretty straightforward. Here we go, VS Code. Now, what's it going to ask me to do? What I want to do is I want to compile it. Do we have a compiler? Terminal, debug. Here we go. Run a build task. We need to build it first so we can run it. No build task to run found. Configure build task. Create task.json file from template. Yeah, okay, why not? MS? Microsoft build? Yeah, why not? I don't mind, whatever. This is task.json. So let me just see what I want to put in here. So, build type shell. Yeah. MS build. I don't think so. I'm going to put in here. What shall I put in here? I think I'm going to put in test. I'm going to write our own build, I think. So there we go. I've got to call it .sh. On Windows it's a .bat file, BAT. On a Mac, I don't know how you work, so I'm a bit lost when it comes to Mac. Sorry. Sorry to you Mac users, I've not spent any time on arguments. Property generate full path true, T build. No, I don't think I want any of this, do I? Nah. Get rid of you. Group build. Yeah, I suppose that's what we are. Don't like the way it's doing this. Presentation. Reveal the output only. What? Reveal silent. What is this about? No idea. Let's get rid of that. Use standard MS. No, I'm not going to need you, am I? Problem matcher. Really? Does Microsoft really have problems? Well, that's new to me. This is in what? JSON? JSON language? How does JSON language work? Well, it's got a colon. Exactly. Start with one of those. Let's get rid of you. Oh, I need the comma, I think. Get rid of you. Do I need the comma? Yeah. That goes to there. That goes to there. Can we please bring you down so it matches up? Thanks. That goes to there, that goes to there, that goes to there. These go to each other. Is that supposed to be square bracket or a curly bracket? Dunno. Okay, kind. What kind of thing are we doing? I want to build, please. That's where we want our build. I'm getting green squigglies everywhere. Come on, Jason. And I do need it to be as default. Thank you for the hint. True, please. Yep, that looks okay. Commas, commas, commas. Don't think I need any more. No, green squigglies have gone away. Fantastic, let's save that out. There we go, Control S, save it out. That's the task, but we don't have build sh. Interesting. Oh, let's go make a build sh. We'll save you out. Let's have a look. So under test, new file, build .sh. There we go, there's build.sh. This is going to be pretty simple, I think. If I've got one handy. Yeah, here we go. One handy here. How many lines is this going to be? Not a lot. Didn't think so. So, cd. Test. Exec, because that's where we want everything to go. I'm then going to use QMake. You might have pathing problems. If you do get pathing problems, we should be able to sort those out either in the .pro file or within these JSON files that we are creating. This is my own file. This is one that I make for myself. Make. There we go. And that just makes everything that's in the exec file. So QMake will basically put together all our stuff and stick it in the exec folder. Make will then make all of our stuff and put the results in the exec file. So our executable file will be in test/exec. How simple is that? And people say that C++, the tool chain set to build things, is complicated. No, it's not. It's just people are complicated. That's saved. Control S. Yep. Debug. Oh no, it's under terminal, wasn't it? Run build task. Terminal will be reused. In bash blah blah blah. The terminal process terminated. You noted that. Yep. Okay. Under exec, I now have a file called test. Magic. This is getting more interesting, we say. This file is not displayed and edited because it's binary. Yeah, I know. So that's our output. I'm getting a little bit worried that this thingy here isn't doing what it's supposed to do. Oh, let me just get rid of it. Sorry about this, but I just need things to work and I really can't. This is why I use Linux, is because I want these kind of things. I like clocks. Activity, blah blah blah, binary, calculator. Yeah, you're getting a good look at Linux today. Here we go. Dictionaries. Folder view. Displays contents of folders. Yes, please. I want to pop you there. There we go. I can get rid of you now. Thank you. Just move you over slightly to there. Configure. Show a place. No, specify a folder. That's better. And YouTube. Okay. Apply. Okay. There we go. Test. Now has Linux in here. Test. And its properties, its file, it's executable. It should work. But it shouldn't work because I haven't told it to open a thingy. Console. It's a console file. So it won't work from here. But hey ho. Should we actually have it to do a console for us? I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll find out in a second or two because we're going to have to no configurations. Oh, debug. C++, GDB. Make sure you've got it installed on your system. Microsoft have it under Visual Studio. If you go to MS Build Tools, if you're not using Visual Studio, or GDB is included with Visual Studio anyway. So there we go. GDB launch. Oh, a JSON file again. Excellent, just what we needed. Let's have a look at JSON files. Let's see now, where do I need? It's got launch and everything in here, that's good. VS Code. Which one is this? Launch.json. Let's have a look what we've got. Looks like a very complicated file, this one. GDB launch. Yep. Type CPP debug. Yes, it is. Request launch. Yeah, okay. Program. No. Enter program name. I think it's trying to give us a clue there. I haven't given it really a program name, have I? No, I haven't. Let's just pop in test a minute. Under exec, and I'm just going to delete it. And I'll show you. I'm not going to rename it, I'm just going to delete it because if I rename it, the system will get lost. So what we're going to call it, test. Let's call it something anyway. So what we're going to put in here, we are going to cheat a little bit. What we're going to put in here is not that lot for starters. Handy things. Microsoft loves these handy things where it specifies a workspace folder or some kind of place like a project directory or something, sticks a $sign in front of it, usually uses some kind of either curly brackets or square brackets or whatever, rounded brackets, I think it is in MS Visual Studio, yeah, rounded brackets on either side. And it makes it more, how can you put it, portable. So if you put this in on your computer and I put this in on my computer, it's going to work from wherever we set the workspace folder to be, which is YouTube here. That's the workspace folder. So we're going to then have to go into test. So we'll pop in there. Exec. And what program shall we have? What are we going to call it? Test, yeah, okay. I'm going to go with .app because I can. I can call it whatever I like. Well, within reason, I guess. Args, 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 args. None. No. Stop at entry false. I'm not going to change. CWD. CWD working directory. Current working directory. It's already given us a workspace folder. I think we'll have our working directory for this in test. Yeah. Test. Yeah, that'll do. Environment, whatever. External console. Yes, we'll give it a console, I think, so we can start the program up, because it's a console program. That helps. GDB, yeah. Setup commands. Enable what? You want what? Pretty printing. Yeah, okay. If you want to. Ignore failures. Yeah, why not? That'll do. So now you can see now that we've got launch JSON, task JSON. I go to debugging, launch it. Launch program blah 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 does not exist. Thank you. Because we didn't make it. So this is where it gets really good, because we can make anything we want. We have a profile under test, and it should have a target. Does it have a target? No, it doesn't. Interesting. Yeah, target please. Equals test dot app. Save. Build. No, I don't want help with it, thank you. And if we have now a look, refresh this. Did it not work? Oh, test.build permission design. Oh, the safety kicked in. The safety's kicked in. Oh, beautiful. Linux safety. Build.ssh. Permissions is executable. Okay. Thank you for your safety. Terminal. And build task. Oh, look what appeared. Test.app. Run it. There you go. Quick, wasn't it? But it worked. Executing test.build. You might have seen it flash on the screen there, but it did work. Terminated with exit code 126. Yes, of course it will. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. It's because it isn't a true program doing a true thing. These args aren't being used, and this is not really the best way of doing things. We have a programming system. We can build it, and we can launch it. What else would we like to do? Not sure. I don't think I want anything else really. Just trying to think. I'm sure there's something I'm missing here. No. Nothing's coming to mind, so that is the basics. There is another configuration file. It's for CPP. I bet it's the one I clicked not to disturb me. Oh bless. No, that's our basic setup. I'm happy with what I've got there. We will add everything and take out anything I don't want. Dot stash. CPP Pro, yeah. O stash keep. Yeah, that's deleted. Yeah, first test program, which works. Badly. Thank God. That's all been done. I don't like that being published. Interesting. I'll go with it for now. I don't mind. I'll synchronize, that's better. Why won't it stay on synchronize? I don't know. I'll work out something there with Git. There we go. Permissions, yeah, all sorted. There you have it. Our first program up and running. Only took what? 41 minutes. Oh dear. Sorry to take my time over that, but I'm slow. In our next episode, I'm actually going to do some 3D modelling. We're going to add some test models. Well, I haven't done any oh yes, we have to do those two files. These two files. We will have to duplicate them, obviously, over into our AmberSL, our static library. Build.sh will be virtually the same, and so will those two files, funnily enough. I'm just wondering if it'll use them itself, or whether it's going to ask me to do it. I don't know. It will be interesting. Yeah, okay, I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Everything's been stored. My voice is breaking. Just 1 second. Where's that coffee? Here we go. Lovely. Cold coffee. A programmer's dream. So there you go. Intro to setting up C++. As we go through, if you are new to C++, don't worry. I'll be going through quite a lot of the explanations. I'm going to be taking my time on this. Don't be afraid to let me know if you get problems. Don't mind. For those of you who are okay with C++, want to investigate Qt and do a bit of Qt programming, you will be not be surprised that I actually like Qt, and I do a bit of Qt programming. I type in something sane, like www.amberskies.org.uk, a bit of an advert. There we go. I have a GitHub, and on here we have the Amber project. This is all in Qt 3D. It's using Visual Studio 2017, so it's got Project SLN, but you will have to have Qt downloaded, and from the marketplace you will have to have the Qt extension installed into a Visual Studio 2017. That's basically all there is to it. There's a basic static lib that goes with it. Or height map. Oh, basic. Yeah, rethink. Yeah, I know. I came across problems with Qt 3D. It's still under development. Again, I'm going to wait another year and then I'll write again using Qt 3D and see how far it's developed and see how far it's gone to address some of the problems I came across. But it's interesting. Basically, we're going to be doing all of this, but in straight C++. It'll work on any machine. So it'll be virtually the same as this. Same setup, game test, and static library. So you can see I've done it before. It's not a problem. We'll be doing this from scratch a little bit. Oh, lots of advertising. What else have we got? We have we have a YouTube channel. Obviously, you know about that. But I'm going to show you something on the YouTube channel. On the YouTube channel, you can look here at the top, it's a P for Patreon. Click on that and you will be brought here. And here you can support us. What is it? $2 a month. What's that? £1.50, if that. £1 a month. £1.50, depending on the trade rates. I wouldn't mind a bit of help. I've got a server up here for all of this stuff. I've got quite a good internet connection, as you can obviously tell. It costs money, and everything that all the software I'm using is free at the moment. I do need better software, so it's just one of those awkward things. Help is required, but we do have now our lovely programming system. I'm going to look into any other settings we might need. I don't think there are any. I think we're ready to go and program. Next episode on this is not setup, it is build a 3D model. That's going to be funny. Me trying to build a 3D model. To get ready for that, get yourself Blender. Blender is bee's knees. It really is good. Have a look at it. It's at Blender. Yeah, funny. Blender.org. This, it's free, it's beautiful, and it works. If you are on Linux, you've probably already got it in your distro, because it's freeware. Let's have a look. Blender. Have I actually downloaded it? I don't think so. There it is. No, I haven't. I'll install that. Yep, I'll have CUDA, thank you. Tick. Yes. And let it go. So there we have it. I've got Blender downloaded, so I'll go and make another video for you guys. How's about that? Get it downloaded, have some fun. Catch you later. Have fun.